upset, some people are happy, you know, but that's music. It should invoke conversation and emotion and arguments, you know, and that's when it's done right. So yeah, some people are offended, and some people, I mean, usually people that are offended are those who are comfortable in their position, because, you know, a person like Kanye West, he isn't offended because he can make different types of music. He uses auto-tune all the time. And actually, he was part of the creation of the song. So that's the irony of that. The guy who just made an entire album using auto-tune is part of it, you know, and that's just the artistic freedom that, you know, he wants for himself, that he loves out of other artists as well, and that's a strong person, and he knows he can make different type of things. Like, okay, is auto-tune over, or, you know, I'll move on to something else. If someone's using it as a gimmick or a crutch, then maybe they'll be upset, or maybe they'll be uncomfortable with it. There are guys home writing 100,000 hours who can't get in the game because someone with half the talent is, you know, using this gimmick as a crutch and taking up their airspace. I'd rather the guy who's, I'd rather hear Lupe Fiasco, who I know is putting incredible time and craft into what he's writing, than to hear, you know, a song with, you know, with just a catchy track with some auto-tune. Don't get me wrong, I love some of it, because some of it is written well. Like, you know, some of those T-Pain songs are written fantastic. Even without the auto-tune, the melody that he writes underneath them are incredible. Heartless, the song that Kanye has, the melody that he writes works with or without auto-tune, you know. Hip-hop is 30 years old, so it's fairly young. And I think it's going through the same thing that Rock had went through when Rock had all the hair bands. You know, I mean, and Nirvana actually challenged that. You know, unfortunately he passed away, and he wasn't there to really, you know, solidify that grunge movement. But if someone had challenged that hairband movement when it was happening, you know, maybe rock music wouldn't have went through the transition it went through. I mean, it actually opened the doors for hip hop to come in, you know, and I believe hip hop, that could happen for us as well. We can open the door for some other sort of aggressive music to come in, something with emotion and feeling, and not so, you know, robotic and watered down. Well, we're talking about two of the most dynamic performers in hip hop, and Biggie and Pac. So, you know, their unexpected and departure left a huge void. And so that's gonna always be difficult to replace. I mean, they're irreplaceable, you know, no pun, but they're irreplaceable. No pun again. It's pun as well. They're just irreplaceable icons in the music. And had they lived, it would have been very interesting, you know, with everything that was going on. And I would have loved to see both of those guys fulfill their potential. And I believe it would have pushed everyone artistically. I know it would have pushed me to make even greater music, just to stay around and compete with those guys. Because I remember Biggie making Who Shot Ya? You know, someone gave me the song before it was out, and I took it home in my car, and I made like 4 songs that night. So, you know, just the push, and it would have been both ways. I remember playing, the last record I ever played for Biggie was Streets Is Watching. And I remember he just saying, play it again, son. And I had to play it for him 20 times. I played it for him so many times I gave it to him. This is a song that was a demo. It was the first record I made for Volume 1. And this was right before he passed away. And he played it so many times, I said, man, just keep it.